guys, Marie here. Hey, I have a brand new recipe for you. Yeah, you know what, sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and you gotta try some new things in life. Been a pretty busy day in the office today, actually quite a productive day for a Monday. But I was, actually yesterday, I guess I gotta go back a day. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. Went to a special event at our WW group, and which is, for those of you who don't know, that's the Weight Watchers' new name is WW. It's for Wellness That Works. And went for a special event yesterday. The WW gay guys were there. Awesome, wonderful couple. Nick and Jean-Luc, fabulous. They did such a great presentation, talked about, their journey, their weight loss. They've each lost over 100 pounds, which is just amazing, fabulous. And they said some great tips and tricks to the people that are still trying to lose some weight, and even to, those of us that are just maintaining that figure. Anyways, came home, and of course, I always love these things. I'm motivated, you feel really good. So I was looking at some recipes, and when my friend Colleen and I walk in the mornings, we always talk about food. So you get great ideas from each other, even just talking about different recipes, things you're about to make, things you're going to make, all that fun stuff. So, and sometimes recipes become a part of an adventure of leftover foods, right? So today, what I am doing, yesterday I made my squash hummus. Oh, absolutely. That stuff just keeps getting better and better, I tell you. Made it with chickpeas from the bag, just right from scratch. And when you cook with chickpeas from scratch, I don't know if many of you have cooked with them like that. You soak them in water overnight. You got to put in your chickpeas, and you put in about 4 times more water than chickpeas, and you just leave them soak overnight. And then the next day you drain them, you rinse them off, you fill them up with the pot up with water again, and you just cook them to death. You cook them for about an hour, and it makes them great, nice and soft. Makes them great for making up your hummus dishes. And as I say, yesterday I made the squash hummus, so I had done my butternut squash, and oh yeah, as I say, it turned out fabulous. And so the problem was I had 2 cups of leftover chickpeas, and then I also had 1 cup of black beans left in my fridge from making chili, and I had some tomatoes, some little cherry tomatoes. The little cherry tomatoes were not good enough for eating in a salad or whatever, but you know what? They weren't bad. They were just starting to get a little wrinkly on the outside, like little men or little ladies, whichever. So I chopped them up, and that turned out to be half a cup of chopped up tomatoes. So I thought, what am I going to do with all this? Well, so one of the things I did, of course, was start looking for some different recipes. And I guess we're going to go with the chicken. Okay. And I see recipes, and I think recipes are a wonderful little guideline. So I ended up creating my own recipe. So I'm calling this chicks and peas. And there's a reason we're going to call this chicks and beans. And the reason I'm going to call this chicks and beans is because we have chickpeas in it. I'm also going to serve this dish with some lovely chicken. Now, instead of browning my vegetables with oil, I like to use a little chicken broth, or vegetable broth, whatever. I don't have any vegetable broth, so I do have some no-salt chicken broth. I'm just going to throw a little bit of the no-salt chicken broth in with my vegetables. Hey, and I'm really excited. Look, red. Got a nice red, brand new red spatula. As you see, I'm collecting red things in my kitchen right now. I have all my fabulous red measuring cups now. My red spatulas, my little red measuring spoons, my red coffee thing, my red, and the list goes on of red things, that I am collecting and amassing here. So, let's say, so what I'm doing, I'm just going to fry up these onions and the peppers and these lovely little sweet potato bites. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, these sweet potatoes are like the only thing in this recipe. Oh, there's one more thing in this recipe that has a point. Yes, there'll be 1 point in there. There is a cup of sweet potatoes in here, so that's actually 6 points for the cup of sweet potatoes. So altogether, this whole dish will make probably, well, it depends on how much you eat, right? For me, this is probably going to make about 3, maybe even 4 servings. So if I actually divide this all up, it's only going to be like 2 points per serving for this part of the dinner. Yeah. When Colleen and I walked, we talked about different chicken dishes. And so she inspired me. So today, I'm roasting up, it's starting to look really good. I'm roasting up some chicken breasts, which I have put just a 1/4 ounce of cheese, grated cheese. I have the grated cheese, and it's like the 4 different cheeses in it, like pizza cheeses. And then I also put in, what did I put in? I guess one of the recipes that Colleen talked about put in pepperoni, turkey pepperoni. I didn't have any. So I have, but I did have some hot Calabrese salami. So I split up just 1 piece of salami in half, and I put half in each one. And there's the cheese, the Italian style cheese. So we've got some provolone, some mozzarella, parmesan, and Asiago. Yummy. So that's what's in this chicken as well. So each piece of chicken, actually I'm counting 2 points, because what I also put in to make this chicken is I split up, I put half a teaspoon of bacon grease from making the husband's dinner tonight on each piece of chicken. So I got half a teaspoon of bacon grease, which is a point, and I got 1/4 of the cheese, 1/4 ounce of cheese, so there's another point. And then I also have just a half a piece of the salami, but you know what, I'm going to count that for 1 more point. So it's at 3 points for the chicken. That's okay. It's still only 3 points for the chicken, and it's going to be so good. So 3 points for the chicken. This whole dish here, let's say with the potatoes, and it does have a teaspoon of maple syrup in it, yeah. So, just for a little sweetness, because what we're going to put in here, and this is browned up a little bit more. And this won't take long to cook either. And don't be afraid to use that chicken broth. It'll all just soak in, and it won't hurt anything, doesn't cost you anything as far as calories or anything. You know, it doesn't hurt you. It's good for you. Broth has a lot of really healthy stuff in it, especially if you get the no salt broth too. Yeah, there's some potassium in there. Yeah, so it's not a lot of good stuff in it, really. Considering it's a store-bought broth, you're going to get a lot more goodness if you make your own chicken broth or beef broth or vegetable broth. And that's just not one thing I have in my fridge or my freezer right now. I might, but I'm not willing to go and thaw that out right this minute. So, but this is okay. This is going to be great. And so I just want this done enough so that my sweet potatoes cook up a little bit. I'm going to actually cover this up just for a couple minutes. A little more broth in there. It's all just going to get soaked in. Just going to add a little more flavor to the whole thing too. Now, I have all my spices kind of mixed up in here already. So what I've decided to put in here, I'm just going to read it off because kind of create it as they go. This is really an experiment, you know. I have no idea if this is even going to taste good. All right, so there's 2 teaspoons of chili. Oh, I've got the chili powder. Okay, there we go. I'm going to cover it full of spices. Okay, we got 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Okay. See? I hadn't read you the recipe, I would have never known it was missing. There's a teaspoon of cumin. There's actually a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon in here. There's a pinch of cayenne pepper, which I would say probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon is what I would consider a pinch. You can use coriander as well. There's also, let's see, what else did I put in here? Oh, paprika. Yes, 2 teaspoons of paprika. Paprika gives a nice smoky flavor to a lot of foods. So it's really nice sometimes if you just want that a little smokier taste to your dish. Okay, so my potatoes are almost cooked. So that's great. I don't want my potatoes to be mushy because I still do want them to be in pieces, right? Okay. So also putting in a teaspoon of lemon juice in here as well. This is going to be so good. Teaspoon of lemon juice. And throw the garlic powder in too. Yeah. The garlic powder. I like lots of garlic powder. And it has lots of great flavor to it. I'm going to put, actually, 1.5 tablespoons, or in my case, a heaping tablespoon of garlic powder. Throw that in there. Okay, yeah, that was good. You know, smell of garlic in your food. Just adds that wonderful, wonderful flavor to it. Okay, now I'm going to throw in all my chickpeas and my beans. There we go. There it goes. The whole kit and caboodle into the pan. Hopefully my pan's going to be big enough for this. Okay, so I'm going to mix this all around. Isn't this lovely? Can you see that? Oh yeah. See this? Isn't that nice? We got all that nice peppers. We got the sweet potatoes in there. We got all the black beans. And you know, black beans are one of those things. Never used to like black beans. Never thought I liked black beans because I guess I never really tried them. But I thought, hey, let's be adventuresome one day, and turns out they're one of my favorite beans ever. Okay, so I have all this fun stuff in here. Now for the other. Now, my recipe, I put a can of diced tomatoes. Only thing is, I discovered in my cupboard, the only thing I have was crushed tomatoes. So I'm using that instead. It's going to make a lovely sauce. Okay. Isn't that nice? Listen, I haven't even got to the spices yet. Lovely. Okay. Make sure you have a pan big enough to do this. My frying pan evidently isn't quite large enough, but that's okay. We'll make it do. We'll make it work. I don't have much else to put in here. Okay. I have room. Dumping the rest of the sauce in. Now I'm going to dump in all those wonderful spices that I just told you about. And I'm going to throw some salt. And some pepper. You know what, I like a lot of pepper. Some people don't like pepper. I love pepper, so I'll put in a little extra. And now I'm also going to throw in a couple tablespoons of tomato paste. Yeah, it just gives it a little extra body. There we go. Oh, tomato paste is just one of those really strong flavors. Okay, now where is it? Now the teaspoon. Okay, here we go. Teaspoon of maple syrup just takes away the strength from all that tomato. So there's that lovely sauce. And of course we're going to let this just blend together here for a few minutes. Just for those of you that, don't know much about me and who I am, what I do. I've always loved to cook. I've always loved the great outdoors. And when my love of cooking got me into a lot of trouble, just in the fact that, I was a little on the heavy side. I was running 187 pounds when I joined up with Weight Watchers last year. And I tried all kinds of things. I tried the keto program. I tried all kinds of different weight loss things. Oh yes, you can lose weight by drinking this concoction. Oh no, you can't. It tastes like crap. Anyways, yeah, I make a mess. Ooh, there's some spice to that. This is gonna be good. Have a look at my chicken here. I do make a mess when I'm cooking, don't I? Okay. All right. I do believe that chicken is ready too. Yep. Bring this chicken out. Just kind of let it, as we say, let the meat rest. I'm not sure we have to do that with chicken, but hey, did that with my roast beef last night. Best roast beef ever. Actually cooked an eye of the round last night. It was delicious. Yeah, probably ate more than I should have, but you know what? Better to eat an extra little bit of protein than to eat something really bad for you. Anyways, back to my story. During Weight Watchers, 187 pounds, and in 9 months, just over 9 months, I managed to lose my 45 pounds and reach my goal with Weight Watchers, or WW as we call it now. And which was great, I loved it. I'm thinking, wow, you walk by, a store window or a mirror, and you walk by and you go, whoa, who was that? Hey, it's me. Yeah, that's me. So you feel really, really good for yourself. And let me tell you, that journey, not always easy, lots of temptations. And you think, that's not fair that I can't eat the way I did. But you know what? It's not fair to your body that you ate the way you did. And I think that's where we have to overcome that thought. It's like, I want to eat like that, but you know what? If we want to live a good long life, we have to respect everything we start putting into our body. And I know we all may have those moments where you think, oh, somebody's presenting some wonderful dish in front of you. I'm going to cover this up for a minute. Some wonderful dish in front of you, and you think, oh, I must have some. For me, it's cheesecake. If somebody puts cheesecake in front of me, I'm going to eat some cheesecake. I just can't resist. So that's my little example. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my chicken. Isn't that lovely? Isn't that really nice? You know, it wouldn't hurt just to take some of that. Since I'm counting the points for whatever oils may be in here anyways, it doesn't hurt to just spread a little bit of your juice from your chicken. Just pour it right over back over top of your chicken. Oh, see, isn't that wonderful? Oh, yeah. So on my chicken, I put a little onion powder, a little garlic powder, just a dash of sriracha, because you know, you've got to have a little sriracha. I know there's somebody out there going, yeah, of course she does. It's just, and you know, it was just the sriracha seasoning, sriracha and lime seasoning, so not so bad. Some seasoned salt was put in there, and you know what? That's about it. So it's made a wonderful piece of chicken. Just, you know, salt and pepper, of course. And so I'm just waiting now to plate this. Because pretty soon this is gonna be ready. You know, basically all this needs is just a few minutes. And what it's called is marrying each other. And that just means, and you know what, oops, let's throw it in the fridge. And you know what that means? That means that all the flavors are going to start to meld and blend and just taste so nice together. And, you know, of course, dishes like this, the next day, that's when they're actually the best, because they've had all night to sit, to marry each other and get the honeymoon over with, I guess, at that point. And you know, the next day, of course, it's going to taste way better even than it did the day before. Oh, by the way, I have a little piece of sweet potato left over. Sweet potato is really good raw. Really tempting when you're cutting it all up to get it ready to go. Try not to do that too much, though. Mind you, it's got a lot of healthy benefits to it. But there is also some starch in there. But it's what's called a low glycemic food. And low glycemic foods means that it won't spike your blood sugar so much as regular potatoes. There's not quite so much starch in the sweet potato. It's actually more like a starchy vegetable as far as I'm concerned. Anyways, so I'm going to want to do with this. I'm going to wrap this up really tight with plastic wrap to put it away. And then tomorrow for my dinner, I'm just going to pop, or maybe even for my lunch, I'm going to pop this in the microwave. Just cook it up. Throw a little bit of pumpkin pie spice on top of it. Just a little bit of vanilla yogurt. Mash it all up together. You know, it's going to taste just like a little bit of pumpkin pie. without all the calories. So this little piece of potato is probably, by the time I figure that, it's probably about a quarter cup, so it's probably maybe 2 points. And you know what, if I do add just a little bit of vanilla yogurt, it might be a point, so there might be some 3 points there, so it might be dessert for tomorrow, for lunch. You never know. You know what I might end up making with this. So it might even turn out to be a muffin. It might be a cake in a mug. So, you know, all kinds of things you can do with little bits of leftovers like that. So never be afraid to experiment, and you know what, have some fun with it. Okay, I think our food is ready. Here, let's make it look really pretty for you. I'm just going to do one serving. I'm going to do one cup serving with my lovely little red measuring cup here. All right. Look at this. Smells pretty good. You can say this was definitely still an experiment, though. Okay, anyway, good thing I'm the only one that eats this. Again, husband will not touch it with a 10-foot pole. Okay. So there's my 1 cup serving. Isn't that wonderful? And I'm kind of thinking there's more than 4 cups worth of, more than 4 servings here. So if that's 1 serving, 3, 4, might be 6 servings, and you know what? That would actually make this worth 1 point each. I'm going to put this on my little dish. This? Yeah. It's a little warm still. Okay. There. Grab my nice little piece of chicken. Okay, so as I say, you see my piece of chicken here? It's my chicken stuffed with my little bit of cheese and my half a piece of my Calabrese, hot Calabrese salami. And I'm just going to toss this right on top. Maybe we'll splurge tonight. Some lovely Parmesan. Always good, you know, sometimes just adds that little extra flavor. There. All right. So what do you think? Think it's worth eating? I think so too. I'm going to enjoy this. But hang on. Before I go sit down, I better let you know. Roll down that chicken. Make sure I get a little bit of that cheese.